actually did a lot for the fashion line. I'm about to close out everything we need for manufacturing, but today was so busy, and I'm absolutely exhausted. Thinking about how much I did today, it's exhausting. The fact that this isn't done already is exhausting. So my manufacturer had called me the other day and told me that for our large flare, the first fabric he only got like half of the large flares out of, and then the second fabric for the large flare, he only got like 20. And I'm trying to sit here doing the math, and I'm like, I bought enough yardage to make up for what was lacking with the first fabric from your guesstimate. And I was like, from what you told me. I don't know if it's a guesstimate. It was a guesstimate, probably. Because I need 40 more yards. Either that, or he's not cutting the fabric like I told him to, which was use as much fabric as possible. He's still cutting it the preferred way. And that, to me, one, is ignorant of the fact that there's a lot of waste that comes that way. And also that it's a limited edition fabric now. I can't get it again. So hopefully that's not the case, and that the way it's just lining up is just not working out. I know he's meticulous and wants to cut things a certain way, and it slightly bothers me because I just want to use as much as the fabric as possible. As someone who buys all of their fabric, puts every dime of their own money into it, I am not a waster. I don't care how it lines up. I don't care how it looks. You don't waste fabric. And with manufacturing, that is something that happens, and it's so bothersome. But let's get to what I did today. So, because of that call, I had to go back to the city. And I had to find 40 yards of fabric. And he was like, can you also bring the elastic and the tags if they've arrived? The tags have not arrived yet. I have no clue when they're going to arrive. I'm hoping they'll be here by Monday. I doubt it. But either way, I was like, I can bring you the elastic, the tags. I don't know what's going on. They won't let me know. They haven't given me any tracking. It's neither here nor there. So I was like, I'll bring in the elastic, and that was the first thing we did. And I brought in the 1-inch elastic and the 1/4-inch elastic, and I brought in excess amounts. I even bought on top of what I had to make sure that they had backups. And his assistant, because he's not there, looks at me and goes, we need 1.5 inches for the waistband. And I'm like, I was told 1 inch. And she's like, well, this will work, but not for the largest size, most definitely not. And honestly, they're all the same. So I had to go all over the place. We went to one trim store. They didn't have anything elastic that was 1.5 inches. They only had 1 inch and a 1/4 inch. And then we went to another trim store, and I was like, do you have it? And they're like, we have it. We just don't have it currently. We'll have to get it, find it in the back. And I was like, that's fine. I can come back today and get it. So he's like, okay, here's 50 yards. And I paid for it, and we took it back to my manufacturer. And he's like, the other 50 yards come back in a bit for. And I was like, okay, fine. So in between that, Mark and I was like, let's go find the fabric. We passed a bunch of fabric stores that we thought could work because we didn't want to go back to the original fabric store we had because we scoured the whole place and found barely anything the second run. We walked out with 20 yards of a fabric, not enough of that fabric one, but of a fabric that I didn't know if it was going to work. And I only got 15 flares out of it. So I was like, I can't go back there. There's nothing there for me. So I was like, there's 2 other stores that are almost identical in what they have. We need to go there. So we went to the one first, and we didn't end up going to the other one because we found what we needed, thankfully. Spoiler. But, so we walk in, and I'm immediately attracted to this one fabric, and I'm like, it's probably hand-sew. A lot of these meshy, designed or intertangled kind of fabrics, they're mostly hand-sew. In his mind. In my mind, I'm still gonna put it through the machine. But I'm not making it. They're making it. And they have to follow protocol, especially if it has to be good enough to wear, wash, and repeat. So, I sent him a picture, and I was like, is this hand sew? And he's like, it wouldn't be, but if it was machine sew, it's just not gonna look as pretty. And to make it look the way I would want to make it look, to match the other flares in any kind of stand-up, like, comparison, I'd have to hand sew. And I was like, it's so gorgeous, though. It's so gorgeous. Why do you always turn down the good fabrics, the fabrics I'm drawn to? He's like, no. So, we were looking at another fabric, and it's kind of similar. It's lines again, but different lines again. And it's not a wave, it's not a diagonal, it's straight. So I was like, would this work? And he's like, I believe so, yes. I was like, okay. It is not 60-inch width, it is 58. How much would I need? Because if it's a 60-inch, I need this amount. If it's a 58 or a 50-something and below, I need this amount. But it's like in between those two numbers you gave me. Because he was like, if it's 57 and a half, I need 40 yards. If it's 60, I need 30 yards. And I'm like, so I'm probably just getting 40. Either way. But how much do you need? And he said he needed 30 for that, for just the flares. Because he's like, if it's just the flares, it'll work. I was like, yes, you have the shirts done, you have the pants cut. We're just working on flares. Honestly, we're just going to have a limited edition amount of flares available. Which is fine. It's fine. It's so stressful, but it's fine. My brain wants every outfit to be identical, but it can't because the fabric isn't available, so it's fine. I was like, so it works? And he was like, yes, it works. So I bought 40 yards of that. And then we went and hand delivered it. Because all of the places we work with, they don't deliver. And honestly, I'm sure the spandex place delivered. But he was literally cutting the 40 yards for us. I think he cut the excess off the roll and gave us the roll. So we went down, we took that to my manufacturer, and his assistant was like, this isn't the same fabric. I was like, no, it's not. I've spoke to Uni, I sent it to Uni, he said it's okay. All of the flares, the fabrics are different because that fabric that the shirts and the pants are made out of is no longer available. So I had to inform her that it is a mess. And I think it finally clicked in her brain because I don't know if my manufacturer has told his assistants or his sewers the specific details because it's not really their job to know that. So I think it finally clicked in her brain why everything is so sporadic. And then she's like, so you don't have the tags either. I was like, no, I don't. They're in the mail somewhere. They're just not here yet. And she's like, okay. And she's like, and then I was like, we will be back with the elastic once it's available. And she's like, okay, that's fine. Thank you. And I was like, thank you. Have a good day. Or have a great day until I come back. And then we went back to the place where we got the elastic just to ask him when he was going on lunch. And he's like, oh no, I have it right here. I just needed 5 minutes to go in the back, while on my free time. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Great. He's like, I just don't want to make you wait. Forever. I was like, okay, cool. So we bought the rest. And we took that back to my manufacturer. And that was everything. Okay? That was everything to be done. The only thing that happened in between that is the very, very fancy fabric that I was drawn to initially. I got 2 yards in for my personal self to make my own special, unique flares to go with my outfit. Because I wanted it. So I got it. So I got myself a little bonus present. And honestly, if I can do that, if I can make flares out of that, through a machine, I think I'm pretty talented. And also it'll give me great practice on if I can do the flares. Because I've actually never sewn the flares. That wasn't the thing I sewed that day. I sewed the top. So, I need to get a snap die for my press. And then I will buy excess snaps when I buy the rest of the snaps. And I will make my own flare. But what is next for my project or my fashion line in general is buying the rest of the snaps, buying the other set of garment bags that's in my fashion wish list, buying some extra top hangers. I have extra bottom hangers, but I want some extra top hangers just in case. And then buying UPC codes. Buying barcode tracking kind of codes. I think they're called UPC codes. And then creating my website, because I have yet to do that, and getting everything set up for the garments to be on there. I'm really hoping it works. I'm really hoping that I'm not being dumb by selling tops and bottoms separately either. I think it's smart given that the people I'm going for, the size ranges of their body do change from top to bottom. Some people have a smaller chest area and some people have a larger hip area. So I think it's very important to stay honest to that. And my stepdad thinks that I should sell them together as a piece, as a uniformed item, and then sell the other flare alternatives separately. But I think selling the top and selling the pants with the one flare separately is the smartest decision for the consumer. Because as a buyer, I know I don't fit the same top and bottom. I can, but sometimes it's iffy in sizing. And I'd rather people get what they can get that fits them versus having to buy 2 different sizes because the pants are too small. He's very worried I'm going to get stuck with a lot in one size, but we're only doing 25 of each. That's 25 people of each size. That's all I need. Okay, y'all, so that's kind of where the video was gonna end, but for some reason my camera didn't get the ending, which was the goodbye. But we're here now, and I'm doing it now, and I can tell you this, that my camera was probably full. I had so much content on that camera because of what was going on. I was going on vacation, I had to get content out. There was a lot going on when I recorded that, and I was filming content daily, like at least 8 hours a day on that camera. So I'm not entirely mad at it for just getting 12 minutes instead of 12 minutes and 30 seconds. So we all have flips, or we all have screw-ups. I don't know why I said flips. I'm an idiot sometimes, okay? We all have some issues, and that is fine. You know, we are all learning. We are all becoming better people each day, I hope. And we're all going to be the people that we want to be if we try. And that's where I am going, and I'm really proud of myself so far. So I hope you are proud of yourselves for whatever you're doing, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to the fashion line stories so far. The next video will be the garment. Also check out fitclusion.com. The website is already out and the garment is all ready to purchase if you want to get a preview kind of before I show you guys on YouTube. And I meant to say preview and I didn't say it correctly. I have some speech issues, okay? Either way, have an amazing day. Stay positive, stay beautiful, and love yourself so much. Don't let anyone stop you. Bye, y'all! It's Shauna.